When the world said goodbye to Pope Francis, the silence was felt across every continent. Headlines called it the end of an era, the close of a powerful chapter in the history of the Church. People spoke of legacy, leadership, and the calm strength he carried through every challenge. But beyond the Vatican walls, away from the crowds and flashing cameras, someone was mourning not the Pope, but a brother. Her name is Maria Elena Bergoglio. She is the youngest sibling of the late pontiff and now the only one left from his immediate family. For years, Maria Elena lived far from the spotlight, while Jorge Mario Bergoglio stood before the world in St. Peter's Square, blessing crowds and meeting world leaders. She stayed quietly in her little home in Argentina. She never chased fame. She never used his name to gain anything. She just lived a peaceful life, full of quiet prayers and simple love. But after her brother's final breath, something inside her changed. The silence she had carried for so long was gently replaced with words she could no longer hold in. For the first time ever, Maria Elena spoke about the man the world called Pope Francis, but whom she simply called Jorge. What she shared touched hearts across the globe. "He didn't leave us riches," she said softly, "but he left something far more valuable." And with that, the world paused to listen, not to a pope's final sermon, but to a sister's gentle voice breaking years of silence. This isn't a story about money or power. It's not about hidden Vatican treasures or famous artifacts. It's about a different kind of wealth, a legacy built from love, kindness, and sacrifice. It's about letters kept in drawers, gestures no camera ever caught, and the life of a man who quietly gave everything to others. It's also the story of a family who began letting go of Jorge long before the world even knew his name. Back when they were children in Buenos Aires, life wasn't easy. There were days filled with laughter, yes, but also many filled with hardship. And when Jorge chose to follow his faith, walking out the front door to join the church, the family knew they were already beginning to share him with the world. Every step he took was a quiet goodbye. But through all those years, Maria Elena watched him from afar, with pride and with a quiet ache in her heart. She remembers the boy before, the robes, the brother before the bishop, the young man before the world called him Holy Father. This is her story, and it's a part of his legacy the world had never heard before, until now. For decades, Maria Elena stayed silent. She never gave interviews, never stood in front of microphones. While her brother became a symbol of humility, love, and hope for millions, she remained behind closed doors. But in her heart, she was never far from him. She saw every step he took, from Jesuit to cardinal to pope, with love and quiet understanding. She protected the memories they shared as children, holding them close like glass that could break with too many words. Now that his voice is quiet forever, Maria has found her own. In an emotional interview, she spoke with deep love about her brother. What she shared wasn't formal or filled with politics. It was soft, real, and deeply human. To the world, she said, he was Pope Francis. But to me, he was just Jorge, my big brother, my protector. Their home in Buenos Aires was small and simple. After their older brother Alberto passed away, Jorge became the eldest. He took that role seriously. When their father died, Jorge didn't hesitate. He stepped up, took extra jobs, and made sure there was food on the table. He was never proud about it. He just did what he knew had to be done. He never complained, Maria said. He wasn't a saint on a pedestal. He wasn't a celebrity. He was just my brother, the one who read me bedtime stories, the one who taught me how to pray when I was scared of the dark. As Jorge followed his calling into the church, Maria Elena didn't cling to him. She didn't try to stop him or distract him. I didn't want him worrying about me, she said. I wanted him to focus on his mission. But just because love is quiet doesn't mean it isn't strong. She missed him every day. She missed the boy who snuck out with her to play soccer, who whispered, "Don't tell Mama," when they shared childhood secrets. When the world first saw him step out onto the balcony in 2013 as the new pope, waving to millions of cheering people, Maria Elena sat quietly at home.